70 years ago, the Menzies government was rethinking the way that Australia needed to engage with the world and reorienting its domestic readiness in light of the emerging Cold War. As Dr. Will Stoltz from the Robert Menzies Institute has observed in a recent report titled Australia's Dilemma Then and Now, this thinking bears more than a passing resemblance to the rethink that Australia has been going through more recently as it grapples with a rising China with a very different set of values for organising its society, being communist, totalitarian and expansionist. To discuss what we can draw from that historical reflection and the pathway forward, I'm joined by Dr. Stoltz. Will, welcome to the program this evening. Your report framed the lessons we need to take from the Cold War era in 4 ways. Can you outline them for us?
Thanks so much for having me, Amanda. Yeah, the report outlines what I've described as kind of 4 grand strategic tasks that Australia needs to embark on to find security and prosperity in a world that's becoming much more hostile to our interests. So essentially, we need to engage in a new ideological contest. We need to realise that the world is being divided under more ideological terms, and we need to advocate more firmly for liberal principles and liberal values to create the order in the global system that we want to see. We also need to accelerate our national development. If Australia is going to be a secure nation in this more hostile era, we need to be a wealthier nation. We need to have more energy security and more economic wealth. We also need to exercise a kind of new proactive leadership in our own region, particularly if America is to become more isolationist itself. And finally, we need to find new partnerships with other liberal democratic countries around the world so that we can lead even if America is potentially more distracted by its own internal politics.
Does the call to accelerate national development require us to adjust our approach to free trade, or can the two sit comfortably side by side given our strategic objectives in a foreign sense?
Yeah, this is a real tension for Australia at the moment because we've obviously built our economic wealth, our prosperity off being an open trading nation where we've had, very diversified supply lines across the world. But we're in a situation now where that diversity is being exploited by China in particular to create choke points where it could potentially throttle the supply of essential things into Australia, whether it be food or fuel or microchips. So what we need to do is build new trusted trade relationships where we try and reorientate that supply chain to be focused on countries that we can trust politically, but also do business with on really strong commercial terms.